Heyo!
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Shattered Globe Live, except this isn't exactly live, is it?
No, not this time.
Not this time.
No.
We've been gone for about 2 years, so what's been going on in those 2 years, you may be asking yourself.
We've had a lot of personal stuff we've mucked through to make ourselves better, and, well, it's been put to good use.
It definitely has. We also have someone new, and someone new who is off camera.
Hello.
Jenny, why are we all in this strange configuration sitting like this in front of the camera?
I have no idea.
Well, why?
I'm not entirely sure.
What about you, Cayven? What do you
Cayven?
think?
No. I
You
don't
know.
know at all.
He doesn't know.
Well, I know. I've been playing Possum. Let me introduce you all to a year's worth of work.
Cayven, no.
Today, we will be putting together that.
Pretty impressive pile of parts.
Yes, it is. We had to get this one pizza at a time.
What?
Let me introduce everybody to Jenny's rival.
Or the J2.
And in this video, we're going to be building this sucker. Let's get right to it.
Let's have some fun.
Booyah.
Alright guys, so we're about to get into this build. We are going to need some tools to do this.
What all do we need?
Well, you're going to need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. This is going to be your main tool. I also have a magnetic wand. This will be really good for picking up drop screws because them things go, they go.
Yeah, it's hard to find them once they hit the floor.
And no kidding. And I've got a can of compressed air here. This is just to clean everything up when we're done. And after that, we're probably going to need a few more tools. Just a few. You know,
Just a
On your
few.
face.
just a few. So,
Cayven, put it on your face.
Put her face.
there you go.
There you go.
There.
Now, we're going to have a heavy-duty drill. Cayven, lift it up. In case, you know, anything gets real stubborn. And if it gets even more stubborn, well, I've got a circular saw. And if it gets really stubborn,
We've got a torch.
can't be stuck if it's a liquid.
That too.
Let's get going. Alright, so first piece that we're going to be talking about, first piece of the build, the only piece that anybody's going to actually see.
Well, I don't know about that, being it has glass side
Tempered glass. This is the ROG Strix Helios case. This is a premium case. This is one of 2 that ROG has out right now. They have a more premium one than this, the Hyperion. But, yeah, overkill and too expensive. It's nice case. It's got tempered glass on 3 sides. And there's a lot of features on the inside, which I'm going to go ahead and talk about. Bulwyf, if you would be so kind. These side panels just pop off. They're toolless, which is nice. So inside, we've got down here, it's a 2-part power supply unit shroud. This thing right here is a multifunction cover. This slides back and forth. There's a lot of cable management behind it. Area right here to install your motherboard. It has on the back. You can see this has options for both a horizontal and a vertical mount for your graphics card. How are we doing ours?
I think we were going vertical.
We're going vertical. What else? We're done with it. So let's go ahead and start taking the pieces off. This all comes apart very easily, but it's not going to come apart easily, if that makes sense. Which the Hyperion, that's the problem I have with that. The side panels have literally nothing holding them in, except for a couple of magnets. Hi, Con. You can grab that glass panel. This is tempered glass. This isn't going to break. Unless you hit it with something very sharp, really hard.
Yeah, unless you do something very stupid.
Yeah, we don't like stupid.
Don't break anything yet.
So on this side, that's just plastic. It's a shroud that holds, well, that holds all the cables in place and everything like that. It also hides some of your cable management mistakes. And you know what I didn't talk about before I start doing this? I'm stupid. I didn't talk about, we've got an accessory box here. This has been sitting here the whole time. I've been looking at it. And, well, I didn't even say anything. One of the major complaints about this case when it first came out was that I can't get the power supply, sorry, not power supply, the CPU cables up to the motherboard with how big this is. So they remedied that. The latest revision of this thing, this is the one that you would get in the store right now, has 2 CPU extender cables.
Very nice.
Very nice. The reason why it's 2 is because the motherboard that we're using actually has 2 plugs on it, and that's for overclocking, which we are going to be doing. What do we got here? These are a baggie of standoffs and a standoff tool to remove standoffs. There's also a couple of screws in there. Those look like I've got 2 screws. That's if you have an extended ATX motherboard. We don't. We have a regular ATX. Got some dust covers, some dust plugs for the USB ports, which is nice. It's got on the front panel, it's got a USB Type-C Gen 3, one of those, 4 USB 3.2 Type-A, audio jacks, headphone, microphone, and a couple of buttons. LED button, fan button. We're not going to worry about the LED button. That's all going to be software controlled. And of course, power button dead center. These, that would be your motherboard screws.
Lots of small stuff.
And our hard drive screws. And our everything screws. These literally everything screws.
Well, I know everything screws. We need those.
Oh.
I'm going to start putting most of that back. It's good to keep things organized. Organized chaos. Yeah, at one point, Jennifer went through all of the drawers of my vanity, cleaned them all out, moved things around for me.
Let me guess.
Couldn't find a damn thing after that. And I'm like, you know what? I know it was messy, but I had a damn system.
You're the chaos coordinator.
I am the chaos coordinator. Put that placard like dead center over here.
No,
you don't have to. You don't have to.
It's, yes, I do.
No, he does.
Just be careful. Be careful of those glass panels. Just put that up front, so we know
I was
it's
about
not
to
in frame.
suggest
You gotta
that.
back it up. There you go.
I was about to suggest that.
So now I can take this panel off, and this whole thing it swings out, but it also comes straight up. So we can get that. All right, that screw's loosened. I'm not going to pull these completely out. I don't want to pull them completely out because
Cayven's
that would be bad.
Ashley. Cayven's bruising the inside of the face.
So this, like I said, this is a shroud for cable management. If you could take that piece. Thank you. We have a mess of cabling right here. That's okay. That is perfectly okay. What that is, this is all front panel connector stuff. And it's probably going to get moved because right up here, I don't know if we can see that on camera, right up here there's a built-in fan hub. We have a better fan hub. Is this one only? I think this one's only good for 6 fans. The one we have, I believe, is 16 fans. No, 8. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. It's more fans.
That's what we do best.
It's more fans. Speaking of which, if you are a fan of what we're doing right now, if you'd like to like, subscribe, ring the bell. We do have a werewolf as part of our channel. He has a name too. Like and subscribe. I know, I'm stupid. So these screws, I believe it's this one and this one, pull off the power supply shroud. And those come off there and there. And then I get to turn this whole thing around. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see this part. That's okay, though. You'll see the pieces I'm pulling. Oh, yeah. It's gonna make some noise. Don't worry. Alright. We have 2 screws. 2 screws to hold the power supply shroud. And there's 2 on the back. There's 2 on the bottom. At least I think. I don't know. I read the manual last night on the can. So I do all my best reading. That's where the light's the best. I believe there's 1 more screw holding the, so there's 3 screws holding the PSU bracket to the back, and there's 2 in the front. Get a little tag here too. Those are ROG.
Nice.
I was expecting it to say Levi. Not a sponsor. I'll tell you what almost was a sponsor for this video. DoorDash. I'm not joking. Not sponsoring the build video, but definitely helped with procuring all this. We literally DoorDashed for about 7 months, 1 day a week, to procure all of these parts. Only 2 parts I purchased beforehand, and I did that with a tax return. That would be the graphics processor and the RAM. And oh, is there RAM? There's plenty of RAM.
Are you sure it's going to be enough?
It might not. So,
being stubborn?
it's being very stubborn. You might need that torch.
Oh,
There it
no.
goes.
There we
Alright,
go.
so there's one piece of the power supply shroud. And if you look on there, it has etching in it that has this like ROG cyberpunky aesthetic. I like it. And I keep saying cyberpunk.
Well, I noticed the etching when you were turning it around, but I didn't say anything because
Yeah.
I knew you were going to show it.
And we keep saying cyberpunk.
Cyber?
Punk.
Punk
Yeah,
rock.
change that.
Well, we have the game now, so we'll be streaming that soon.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, on this thing. Yeah. You guys probably seen the scimitar earlier in this video. That thing will not run cyberpunk. It won't run a lot. Here's the other piece. It's got this this panel right here. This is not glass. This just piece of plastic. This is for premium ROG. I'm not going to take the plastic off that yet. This is for premium ROG power supplies. They have a window on them that'll tell you the exact amount of voltage that they're putting out. We don't have one of those. We do have an ROG power supply, but it's not one of the premium ones, which I don't really care about. I mean, I do, but I don't. All right, so we got that off. Now you can see in the inside better.
Wait,
It's gonna part. Yeah.
A lot of premium components, but we're still on a budget.
Yeah. This would be considered a mid tier. We spent close to $4,000 for all of this. And that's a mid tier. A high tier would probably be closer to 10 grand.
Sounds about right.
Oh, that's why I get mad when all these, people online, oh, just go PC Master Race. Not everybody can afford it, dude.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong. If you have a console and you're having fun with your console, that's perfectly fine. Have fun with your console. We have a PlayStation 4. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I bought this instead. Alright, so here comes the fun part.
More party.
So inside here, there are 2 screws that hold a panel on that's got all of the front panel fans. Before I do that, I'm going to unplug all of the fans from that fan hub. Give you a little bit of a better close-up view here. This is the fan hub here. So this is probably for the back and these are for the front, I would imagine. I mean, it makes logical sense to me. And are these zip tied in at all? I don't think they are. And these are PMW fans, or PWM. It's one of the two. I can't get that out.
Close enough.
I am going to need scissors. Actually, Cayven's got them. There they are. This is why he's our helper. Also, he's small. He fits under the camera.
And the table.
And the table, yeah, no kidding. Alright, see if I can actually get in here and snip these without damaging any cables.
Move back over to you.
Snip, snip.
I almost got that. I hope that was the zip tie, not a cable. I know what I'm doing. I've built computers before. Now, by the way, this is the way I build a computer. This is not a tutorial video. If you do this way, the way I'm doing it, and you solder the cat to the carpet, or burn your house down, I don't want to get any nasty emails. Oh, we followed your tutorial. It's not a tutorial. Okay, it's just a build video. Okay, now I should be able to get these out. Yep. Yeah, there we go. And again, yeah, these are 3-pin pulse wave modulation. I think is PWM. I think that's it. I'm not sure. It's PWM and PMW. I always get those two mixed up. But these are voltage controlled. So depending on the needs of the computer, they will ramp up or ramp down accordingly. So we have movement. Doesn't mean more farting. You're going to hear a lot of this thing just moving around. Thank you for the round of applause. I appreciate a hand. I said those 3 on this side have got to be the front panels. Here's one sticking out this way. The other 2 are all down in this mess.
Oh, joy.
Glorious. Glorious PC Master Race.
No.
Isn't it fun? Right now I'm just focused on trying to get this fan hub out. Well, not fan hub, fan bracket, whatever you want to call it.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. And this is what I'm talking about right here. These are the ROG bog standard 120 fans that come with it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 screws that are holding these fans in. So we're going to take those out. And I am going to ask Cayven to go get me a box. I need you to go into the part pile, Cayven, and find the 120mm Tough Gaming fans. They are Tough Gaming, they're not ROG, because ROG doesn't have the kind of fans we wanted. Tough Gaming does. I got those for steel, too. It'll be a big, square, chunky box, Cayven. It'll have a fan on it.
Oh, where?
It'll say Tough Gaming on it.
The blackness.
I have been slowly but surely trying to teach Cayven how to build computers, what the different parts are. Perfect! That's exactly what I needed. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Not have those. So, getting these out is going to be a bit difficult. It's... Damn it, there's another zip tie!
Gotta love it.
Like, okay, Zeus, how many zip ties do you need to put in here? You know I'm going to be building in here. That's not a zip tie. That's metal. That's metal.
Uh-oh. Don't cut that.
That's a zip tie, though.
Don't cut the metal.
I wouldn't be able to if I tried.
Okay.
Not without tin snips, which we do have, but I don't want those.
Are you breaking things already?
Yes.
Oh my. Are you enjoying it?
Yes. There, take that one out. That's all I needed. Oh. And that's fun.
Oh, nice.
Nice little zip tie stuck to the scissors there. Put that over there in the pile of important parts that we might need later. You know, cut zip ties.
Do the regular fans light up?
No, these do not light up.
That's why we wanted
These,
other ones.
on the other hand, do. This is a Tough Gaming TF120 3-pack. So this has 3 separate fans in there. These are also, I want to say it's PWM. These are also PWM fans, and there are accessories in there. And those are the fans themselves. And Cayven, can you put that box over on that little table for now, please? Thank you. So we've got, show the close up here, and face cam. These are 120mm PWM ARGB fans. These have the 4-pin or 3-pin? 3-pin. 3-pin ARGB headers on, well, the header cable on it. And these plug into a hub, which comes with it. And that hub will furthermore plug into a spot on our motherboard. Like I said, all the lighting on this entire thing will be motherboard controlled. It's, what the heck is the name of Zeus's bloatware? Armory crate. So we got that one. We got to unbox all this mess. Please pardon the, if you don't like scraping metal sounds, I apologize.
There's going to be a lot of those.
There's going to be a lot, yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, a lot of this, I want to do a shout out real quick. Jace 2 Cents and Steve Burke of Gamers Nexus. You guys have provided so much information to me to do this. I have never, this is a modern computer. I'm not used to any of this. I know how to build it, but some of the stuff that I was confused about, and a lot of stuff I was confused about, I was able to go on Gamers Nexus and Jace 2 Cents channel and look up pretty much whatever I needed, and they're comprehensive. Again, this channel is not a computer building channel. We just thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys the birth of this battle station here. If you want to build a computer, I would recommend going to those guys. They're the best. Yeah. I'll be damned.
Well.
So it looks like I bought the wrong size fans.
Seriously?
Yeah. But that's okay. They'll still work.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they'll still work just fine. It's just, yeah, they're absolutely the wrong stinking size.
Yep. I got the right.
As long as they work, that's
Yeah.
the main thing we got to be concerned with.
See, I'm shocked because 120 millimeter standard is, again, standard. So those, I don't even know what, they're not, the 240s maybe? They're not 240s. They're bigger. I don't know what size those are. I like whispers too.
His mom was
I
showing him
cheated
which,
and I told him which one's the motherboard.
Oh, that's okay.
but we also told him we don't need that yet.
No, we don't. We're not going to need that for a little while.
Well,
Because we've
I know
got
what part we
to.
need.
Well, we're going to need a lot of parts coming up here because we're actually
We
going
don't
to
need the
build
lighting yet either.
the motherboard. The lighting is probably the last thing we're going to be putting in there because that's going to have to fit in after. Now, Bulwyf, you're a car guy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So, I'm going to do this based on something you taught me, and that is how to put lug nuts in. I was doing a star pattern, right?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause what I know about cars, you could inscribe on a grain of rice with a broadsword.
So you know the computer stuff, I know the car stuff. Between the two of us, we know
Well,
how to build stuff.
Well, and that is a good thing because
One would hope.
I think
'cause I can't build anything.
we have some car repair that needs to happen
Oh God.
in our future. Yeah. Oh God is right, and we're going to talk about this during door dashing for these parts. We had a little bit of an accident.
Just a little one.
I got into a fight with a median.
Jenny got into a fight with a median. Rolled over it. Well, it was kind of a do or die situation. It was either go through the median or go into oncoming traffic.
The median sounds better.
Yeah, much better. So that happened.
But much more expensive.
Much more expensive, yeah. Well, not more expensive than our lives. But it trashed the transmission, so.
Yeah, that one's going to have to be done at a shop. I don't have the tools or equipment to remove and replace a transmission here.
Well, didn't you say that's all a one, like.
It's encased.
It's one piece, right?
Yeah, the transmission and the front drive axle is all one.
It's one solid contained unit, so that's not going to. Well, that's not something we can work on here. Is what you explained to me.
Yeah, no, we are not. We don't, like I said, we don't have the tools or equipment to do that job.
I will say, if you are building a computer, these ratcheting drivers are a godsend. I don't know if I want to remove that fan hub or not. Honestly, I think I should.
Well, you said we have.
We have a better fan
one?
hub. Yes. We have a PMW, PWM, whatever, ARGB fan hub that will accommodate all of our fans. Actually, and I think Cayven just grabbed it for me. It's 8. Yeah, this right here. Thank you, Cayven. Ergo, ARGB, and fan hub. This should accommodate 8. Still got the Amazon sticker on it. That's great.
And funny enough, Kevin came to me and asked if that was going to be the next part.
He did.
Well, see,
I witnessed it.
everybody on this channel and in the studio here has been hearing me talk about this mess
Since January.
for quite some time, and props to all of you guys for putting up with my technobabble. Yeah, you might notice that this may look a little blurry to be a GoPro. It's not. It is our old tried and true standby Logitech camera. because our GoPro
Bet the dust.
complete shit on us. Again, we're in a brand new place. I did mention that on Facebook that we had moved studios, basically. When I say studios, I mean house. We kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things we took the 2 years off. We had to get our lives back on track before we could do anything like this.
Yeah, we were pretty far off the rails.
You might notice something.
And now we have a Cayven.
You might notice something different about these videos. There is no quote unquote silver soda being distributed around, and we're not acting like complete friggin' morons.
Yeah.
The reason for that is, can I go ahead and say it?
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
Bulwyf and I were alcoholics.
Oh, we still
Are alcoholics.
Recovering alcohol.
And
Yep,
we
that's
are
the
both
key thing there.
we are both in recovery at this point.
Both been sober for over a year.
Yep, both been sober for over a year. And that was one of the things that, I mean, I had to come to a realization that I was hurting my family. I was hurting the people around me. I was hurting myself.
Yeah.
More than anybody else, I was hurting myself. I had it bad. I was at the point where I could not function without it. And that ain't no good.
No, it's not. We,
And
we were both right there.
And we were, the videos that we were making were, especially the live streams. You didn't, if you're just watching on YouTube, you didn't get to see a lot of the stuff that was on the live streams on Twitch. There was a lot of stuff that I am not particularly proud of.
Yeah,
Same
me
here.
neither. There's
They're-
a lot of fighting and just kind of
Yeah.
a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, our
So-
sincerest apologies
Yes.
for any of that
Definitely. We are so
unfortunate
sorry.
content on Twitch.
Yes, we do greatly apologize to you guys, the fans, anybody who watched our streams,
We've all
who saw
grown up a lot since
that
then.
mess that was. We didn't want. Well, I didn't want that to be.
Our legacy.
Yeah, our legacy for the channel. Just, you know, a couple of drunks beating the crap out of each other all the time.
No.
That's no good. We didn't want that. So.
No, we did not.
So we've bettered ourselves for us, for our family, for you guys,
Yeah.
and
Cayven said, and for him.
for you. Yeah,
Yes, for you too.
Yeah, and
there
you know what next
is.
part is.
Um,
As soon as possible.
Well,
He's ready when you need him. Oh, and here comes the channel owner, Lily.
Well,
Cayven. Do you have your little flashlight?
the flashlight?
Yeah.
There you want?
I can't see back here
Yeah.
with the ring lights in my face, and there's got to be something. That panel that I took off, it's got to hook into something,
No, your flashlight, dude.
and I can't find where it's supposed to hook
Where's
into.
your little gray flashlight?
oh, that probably won't cut it. Bulwyf,
Huh.
the red laser also has a flashlight on it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that is over there on top of my laptop, buddy.
There you go. Perfect.
I know
Good idea.
I want you to know which button it is. Laser.
I do.
And that thing's brighter than his flashlight is.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It is dying, but okay. What?
Lily saw it.
I know. I can see tie-offs here, but I'm not seeing.
And
Is that
the
it right there?
director of
That's
the
gotta be
channel has came to me.
Yep.
For
Yeah, she's not the director. She's the owner, buddy.
yeah,
She's
There
the
we go.
director too. She likes
Perfect.
to sit under our camera.
Sweet.
she's going to sit on
Excelsior.
You know, she takes a permanent place under the tripod over there.
That's why we
We
say
got to get her a little, you know,
little director's chair.
a little chair and then a hat.
Oh, great heavens!
Little clapperboard.
She floats in and out. She's quite confused as to why there's a
I've been-
table in the middle of the living room floor.
I've been wanting a clapperboard.
Isn't she, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have definitely been wanting a clapperboard for quite some time. There's a
Yes,
lot of
you
projects
have.
that I have on the docket that, well, we'll do. It'll be better to have it. Well, son of a gun.
You know what I'm not sure. I don't know either. Cayven wants to know what the next part is after what he gave you.
So there we go.
Awesome.
We've got our RGB fans, which are probably going to drown out that logo on the front. I'm okay with it. It'll still look good.
Oh yeah. Beautiful monster.
Oh!
It is.
Don't call that a monster.
We have a
But no,
there's
it's beautiful.
there's a vehicle that cruises around here that we had a nickname for. We called it the Neon Nightmare. That's what this thing's gonna be. Oh yeah, I can see the copper spaghetti that Becca's over there talking about. This is a absolute mess.
Lily's under the camera.
Yep. Owner now.
We're talking.
She likes watching.
This is yuck.
I get to take evidence.
So
why
these
are
right
you-
here.
Are you doing a close-up of the channel owner?
Yes.
Do you
Oh,
have
okay.
any problems? Talk to her.
Yep. So these right. Yeah, this is the copper spaghetti that Becca was talking about. Most of this gets plugged into the motherboard.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Right? These right here, these little sections, these are actually mounts for 2.5-inch drives. There's one on the front. There's one on the PSU shroud, which we were not going to be using because the cable that we have actually screws into one of the mount points for that.
This thing has everything.
It'll do everything but your taxes.
Yeah.
Actually, with the advent of AI, it may do your taxes.
Please. Director.
All right, so there's the fan hub. Make sure we put this in a safe place.
I need that. Con.
So you threw it.
We don't need it. I was being
Facetious.
spacious. Yes.
Spacious.
I don't know how to spell.
You don't know how to speak either.
No.
Ooh.
All right, does
You
it look
don't
like
know how to
these
speak
standoffs?
English.
These are standoffs. Cayven, be a buddy.
Beep.
What?
No, I don't need you getting parts. I need you to give me a tool. It turns out we need more tools than I thought.
Need a torch?
Not yet. Get in there. Get in there.
Oh.
Up in there. It's right there. It's hiding. Black on black. You know, it
Makes
looks
things
cool.
a little hard to see.
It looks cool as hell, but it just makes things difficult as hell to see.
Especially in that tangle of copper spaghetti.
Oh, and believe me, there is. Now these only, if you can see here, there's 2 pins on top, 1 pin on bottom. These only will fit in there that way. If you try to ram them in the other way, that's, what would be the industry term for that?
Bad.
Bad. That would be very bad. We don't want that.
Yeah,
No,
just like
indeed.
And I am probably going to have to pull all of these out at some point, so you guys know.
that. And we'll-
Because I'll probably end up needing to reinstall them. Because the order of these will depend on what they do. So, like, if there certain patterns of lighting, like step, like, 1, 2, 3,
Dun, dun,
that may or may not work like this.
dun, dun, dun.
Or it may be very dependent on what is plugged into where. So there's the back fan. Alright, so that's all the fans plugged into that. Looks wonderful, don't it?
Oh yeah. Absolutely
Yeah.
fabulous.
I love
I'm
it.
checking inside.
You doing what?
I'm checking
You're checking?
inside the PC order.
Heyo, came back. The Beast is off the table right now. It will be coming back. Next, we have to assemble the motherboard. And I don't mean putting every stinking component on the stupid thing. That would take forever, guys. And this is already going to take a while.
Right?
So, what do we have? We have a Intel Core i9, 11th gen. I know what you guys are saying. Oh my god, you got an 11th gen. Why didn't
why
you
would we
get
do
a
that?
13th gen? Look, this is what I can afford. And, well, it also fits the motherboard I can afford. I have this is one of 2 drives. I'll tell you the total amount of space this thing's going to have when it's done. But this is a 4 terabyte NVMe M.2 solid state drive. This is going to be going in the motherboard. This, I believe, yeah, this does install the motherboard. And the RAM. I did say earlier, but I tell you guys how much RAM we're actually sticking in here. Your bog standard gaming PC should have 16 gigabytes of RAM. So we got 128.
Yep. That's what I expect.
That's what you expect?
I know.
This is overkill.
Yeah. That's
It is
Ultra.
DDR4,
It's
3600
ultra
megahertz. We're going to overclock that too.
it's ultimate ultra kill.
Thermal goo?
Thermal goo.
Thermal goo. We
Open
actually
and quarter.
we don't need this right now. I did pull it up here just to have it. And the pièces de résistance. The pièces. Our motherboard. We have an ROG Maximus 13 Hero. This and this are basically the entire computer. Everything else is just support. So let's get this out of the box so we can start installing crap into it. This
You
is.
disappeared.
I'm gonna
from
need your
view.
help. I need an extra set of hands to do this. So
Oh, no.
I'm gonna pull this out. There's a sheet of
Careful.
plastic in there that's basically a.
Your helper
It's-
is returned.
Can you get that piece of plastic out and sit on the table? That's the anti-static. Very important to have. Honestly, guys, I should be wearing an anti-static wrist strap. I don't have one. So there, I don't want to move it too much. That, in essence, is the motherboard. This is the entire thing.
Oh. Don't mind me, I'm old and broken.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
Cayven agrees.
So just, are you recording?
Yep.
Okay, just starting at the top here, we've got a integrated I/O shield. Very nice. This is all RGB lighting, so is that. Down here, this ROGI. Up at the top here, like I said, we have two separate connectors for the CPU power. That's for overclocking. Very nice addition is over here. That is a Q-code reader. This will tell you anything that's wrong with it just by looking at it. You don't have to look at a bunch of lights and try to figure it out. It'll give you a code that you can look up in that manual we showed earlier. CPU socket. This is a socket 1200. 4 DIMM slots. Maximum on this board is 128 gigabytes, which is what we bought. These right here are heat sinks for M.2 drives. So they can have a total of 4. Over here you got SATA connectors. There's a ton of front panel down here. There's some front panel up here. ARGB fan hubs, whatnot. I believe that's a USB 3.0. There's the ATX power. You've got a start button. This will literally, once there's power to this, this silver button will turn the whole thing on. And then there's one that says flex key. This can be programmed to do just about anything, but currently, as it ships brand new, it's a reset button. And down here, at the very bottom, you can barely see it. There's a little black button down here. This is a BIOS reset, or CMOS reset. So if you ever have to short the CMOS, before older motherboards, you had to take like a screwdriver or a paper clip or something like that, put it between 2 pins and short it to reset the CMOS. This right here, push button, you're good to go. I'm being a little, cavalier with the button. Don't be cavalier with the button. I'm being cavalier with the button because, well, quite frankly, it's not plugged in. It's never been plugged in. So, first thing we're going to do is install the CPU. And I'll show this to the close-up. There are a ton of those are not pins. Those are just pads. The pins are in the socket. I don't know how many there are. I speculate the number is how many pins there are, 1,200. There's a lot. So that would be up underneath this piece right here, which you do not pry off. I've seen a lot of people do that. Don't do that. Don't pry this off. The CPU itself will pry it off as you're closing the socket. And the way you open these, there's a retention bar right here. You push down and out, and then the whole thing will lift up like that. And you don't want to get your fingers in there. You don't want to get dust in there. So this is the part that Bulwyf has been listening to me bitch ever since we got both the processor and the motherboard. I want to put processor in. We'll put processor in. Well, now I get to do it. So this basically has to be straight down. And you can line it up. There's a dot. I don't know if the camera even picked that up. Is the camera picking that up? There's a very small dot right there in that corner, and there's a notch right here that basically shows you it goes this way. It's also keyed, so you can't put it in upside down. So we're going to go ahead and drop it.
When does the goo go in?
And it's in. The goo goes in later. I don't know if that's completely in. Yeah, it's in. So that's in. that is installed. That's all you have to do. So this comes down. You got to make sure that that's up underneath that little screw. You have to put pressure on this. It's going to sound horrible, but that's okay. Okay, and you can see that that piece just came off. It's in. And there we go. CPU
Beautiful.
is in. Next up, we're going to put in the RAM.
If you do that, we might have to pool noodle you.
So this is a 128 kit. So that each one of these is going to be 64 gigabytes of RAM. And here's the thing. Somebody say, why don't you just get a 128 gigabyte stick, one stick? This is DDR4, dual data rate. Dual. This is dual channel RAM. You're not, if it has 4 slots, you should be populating all 4 slots. Otherwise, you're leaving performance on the table when you do that. So if you want 16 gigabytes, you should be populating all 4 slots with 4 gigs each. Not 2 8s. You can do 2 8s, but you'll get more performance out of 4 4s. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
If you
It
hear,
does. It does to me.
if you hear chewing in the background, that means the cat is eating.
Oh,
She's grazing.
that's fine. So these go in the 4 DIMM slots here, and they go in a... I put them in a specific way just because I'm stupid-stitious. And as you can see, all RAM is like this. It's keyed. It can't go in the wrong slot, and it can't go in backwards. So I believe it's that way.
What, 1 3 2 4?
I always do 1 through 2 4, yeah. And it's not 1 3 2 4. That's not how the computer sees it. I'm not liking that crunch. It's in straight.
Oh no.
Click, click. It's in good.
Yeah, I heard.
I always do this, as Jenny just said, 1 3 2 4. I'm anal retentive about this, and if you have just 2 sticks, that is the way you would do it. You would do 1 and 3, not 1 and 2. That will give you the dual channel memory that's, well, it's good. And yes, this is RGB.
I think all of that stuff is nowadays.
Most of this computer has some form of RGB on it.
You just got something wrong.
What did I do wrong?
Well, you said 64. It's supposed to be 32.
He's right.
Per one.
He's right. Look,
You
I
taught him well.
never said I was a math genius. He damn near is. This kid is smart.
You taught him well, though. He's learned a lot in the
That was
short
not
time he's
good.
been here.
I know my doubles.
You know, just doubles.
Alright, so I'm going to pop that first one out. You know what? I'm not going to do it this way, because this is a brand new motherboard. And,
We're gonna have that thing.
well, I hope not. Okay, it goes in different. It's different than I'm used to. Because these bottom pieces don't move. That's what it is. That's what's throwing me off. I'm used to motherboards that have a retention clip on both sides. This does not. If I can just slide it in there, that'd be great.
Yep, got it. And
Number 3 going in. And remember, Cayven, and viewers at home, computers do not start counting at 1. Where do they start counting at? You know? They don't count at 1.
They start with 0.
They start with 0. So the slots are 0, 1, 2, 3.
oh yeah. What if you had 5 slots?
You will never see 5. They're always an even.
Yeah, 1, 4.
They're always even numbers. Okay, so that's all the RAM in.
Yay.
2, 2.
Hopefully I didn't kill it.
I seriously got it.
She's going to say that during the entire video. She's not going to
All right.
rest until it's
Next piece.
done.
Next piece is going to be the M.2 drive. So,
Being sarcastic.
Oh, shake it, baby.
Oh!
these are smaller, so these should... I'm terrified I'm going to script that out. That's why I don't want to mess with that too much. Alright, that's a much better fit. And as I was saying before I found out that these aren't going to fit, these are not going to be put with the rest of the extra screws. We're going to be screwing this right back down. pretty much as soon as we're done here. Wow, that's in there tight. Alright, you know what? I'm not worrying about that. Once I'll just lift the whole thing out and take screws with it.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that should be the only 2 screws holding that heatsink down. Let's find out. Yep. Oh, there's some of your weight right there.
I believe that.
Hats.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so that right there is our M.2 slot. It's one of them. There are 4. And so there's 2 underneath here, there's one underneath here. 1 or 2? 1. There's 1 underneath here, there's 2 underneath there.
We don't need anything yet, buddy.
Oh, I know.
So you get to pull out this 4 terabyte hard drive. It's the size of a stick of gum.
4 terabytes.
I'm used to big, chunky hard drives. I have never seen a drive this small.
Well, that's a Predator one.
This is an Acer Predator GM7000. Now there is a teeny little screw.
That's a
But I do believe right there, I think there's one right there. So this thing comes with a heat spreader, which we don't need, so I'm going to go ahead and void the warranty here. I'm kidding, it's perfectly. So that's what it looks like without the heat spreader on there.
Yeah.
And that slots in here. But first, there is a peel sticker. Come off there. So that's literally that's why we peeled the heat spreader off, is because we don't need it. There's already a heat spreader there. You see there's multiple holes. They're for different size M.2 drives.
Oh, hi. Hi. She's here again.
So that's slotted in.
Hi,
And yes, they're
Lillian.
supposed to angle up like that. I'm sure there's people in the comments right now going, "Durr, of course it does. Of course it angles up. What are you, stupid?" Yeah, I'm kind of stupid.
It's been a long time since we've done this.
Don't say that. Don't say you're stupid.
No, thank you, Cayven.
That doesn't.
So that-
Viewers would be mad at you.
He keeps me in line and you in line.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
This is all in line. These M.2 screws are tiny.
Well, as soon as you're done with that, I'll go show the viewers this.
That feels like it's socketing in. There we go.
Socket
Hey!
Too tight. It will just.
Okay, so on the back of this, there should be more protection.
Yeah.
Peel that off.
Oh, there goes
Put that
the
somewhere
piece.
safe. And
Viewers need to know one thing.
that goes right back there.
What do the viewers need to know, Cayven?
There's 5 things on left side. There's 5 colors. I'll tell you each color.
Oh, do you know what those are, Cayven?
No.
Those are audio jacks.
There's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're 5 different colors. One of them black, and orange, and blue, and green, and red.
No, you're not. Kidding.
Oh, you!
Oh,
You jokes.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jokes. I just came up.
Jenny's got jokes. There we go.
Yeah.
my wife is very smart.
Yeah. But I'm a math genius.
Lily, are you confused?
Math. Really?
Hopefully I'm not just documenting my failure here.
Oh no.
I sincerely doubt that.
Oh,
Documenting your demise.
Oh no.
Someone's writing down your mistakes. Somebody's documenting your downfall.
Oh.
Love that song.
Oh.
That's Dogma, isn't it?
Yep.
KMFDM.
Yep.
Not sponsored.
No sponsors, but
Alright, so that is done.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Jr. I'm a 3-toed sloth. Make sure you like this video and subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Also, check us out live on twitch.tv/ShatteredGlobeLive. I'm tired.
And we're back. I'm getting real tired of all the uninvited guests around here.
Yeah, what the heck was that about anyway?
I don't know. Regardless, so we've got the motherboard assembled, but we now have to keep it cool. And that's what I was talking about when we were assembling the case, is we have a all-in-one liquid cooler. This is a ROG Strix LC2 ARGB. Again, RGB, 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 RGB. Everything is RGB. It's hard to find stuff that isn't.
Right?
And some people complain about that. I'm not one of them.
No, you're not.
So we've got the 3 fans. This is 360mm radiator, so 3 120 fans. Got a whole bunch of mounting hardware for all kinds of different sockets. There'll also be the back plate that we were talking about will be in there.
Yes.
So, and this is the cooler itself. So we've got the 360mm radiator, and then an Ace-Tech, I believe this is a 7th generation pump. And this is all, even that has RGB lighting on it. This is going to be fun to try to install. I'm used to sticking the cooler on pretty much as soon as, you know, the processor's mounted, but you can't do it in this case because this has to be mounted in the case first. So, there we go. Do a close-up shot. And I know this is really hard to see on here. It will be much easier. There's the ROGI logo on there. It'll be much easier to see once it's lit up, because that does light up. So, of course, all of it does. Now I need to get into this mess. I'm finding the screws. So, let's go ahead and mount the fans to the radiator. I'm going to be very careful doing this. And as should anybody doing this, because if you pop a hole in that radiator, it's garbage. And it's easy to do. Isn't it, Bulwyf?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've not done one of these before, but I have worked on air conditioners.
And you will not see Cayven in the next part of the video. He has to go to bed.
Yeah.
It has a bedtime.
Well, he's got shul. Isn't that how you say it?
Sure.
Shul.
Shul?
Shul. Is it shul?
I don't know. It's been so long since I've been there. I can't even remember.
Shul? Something like that.
Ska.
Ska? It's called ska?
School.
Oh, school. Oh, wow. And they say... Also, I'm very appreciative of having this table to build on.
Yeah, we had to build the last one on the floor.
On the carpet.
So,
And what do they tell you?
in addition to the table, some of the
That's what they
tools
tell you. Don't do that.
in addition to the table, some of the tools we've been using tonight have come to us courtesy of my parents.
Yes.
My
yes,
mom.
my in-laws. There.
Mom will
Very,
watch
very
this,
generous.
Dad won't.
Very generous people. But, alright. Pump out of the way. I'm trying to not... Maybe okay, there we go.
Whee!
Whee!
Giant bag.
And once we relaunch and are live streaming on Twitch again, look for my mom in the chat. Over
Yeah.
the Hill 65.
Yeah, Mom will probably be in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Ah, I'll
She-
break that gun.
She's one of our biggest fans. Of course, it's our mom.
Yeah. Channel mom.
Now, these are not our biggest fans. Our biggest fan is in the Centaur.
A joke.
Has a
You just made a joke.
3
Yes, she did.
something, 340, 3 something millimeter. I don't know. It's a
big.
big ass fan. One big fan on the top. I can't help it if I can't talk right. Okay. I talk good stuff.
Yeah. Me too.
That's just a mess, is what that is.
Oh my god.
Well, most of this is going to be hidden. You won't see 90% of this. And then this cable right here. This is...
A squeegee.
Well, it's... Congratulations, Reg. It's a squid. So this is our RGB cable. This will go into that hub that we put in earlier. 1, 2, makes 3.
What? No.
Okay, so then there's one extra hanging off of there, so you can plug something else into it, which I have something to plug which we will be showing momentarily. So, I've already taken, I did a little bit of work off camera, guys, I'm sorry. I've already taken the dust filter off the top and taken, there's 2 screws that hold this plate into position. This is the cooler plate. This is where, if you weren't going to put a cooler in here, you could mount 3 fans there, or 2 fans, or however you want to do it. But this is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
So, get the cooler ready to go. That's a lot. It's a lot. So, let's go ahead and, oh, this is going to be tricky.
Sorry about that, guys. Cayven
It's-
started playing a video and I had him turn it all the way
That's
down.
alright. That's alright.
Small videos in
So, right there. Okay. Seeing how we're going to get all this in here. Whew.
Tons of fun.
Bye, Con.
Okay, so basically seeing how it's going to fit. The nice thing is with most of these parts, that's on the wrong side. Most of these parts, they come with all the mounting hardware you need. Not always. Some of the lower quality stuff may be missing screws. I've had that happen to me.
Oh, no.
Take a quick trip to Ace Hardware and get some screws.
Can't do that right now. They're closed.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I've had to do that in the past.
Right. I know. Con says hi. He's directly in shot.
That's okay. He's just curious. I would think that this would also ensure that there's no warping of the metal.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't weigh a lot, but still. It's better safe than sorry, right?
Oh yeah. Especially when it comes to securing parts, it's better too much than not enough.
Well, that's why we literally, with the motherboard, that's why there's like 9 screws holding it in. And not only does that...
90.
9. Not only does that hold it in, it also provides some grounding. Okay, so that's all screwed in. So now comes the glorious task of mounting the squid. It's 1 squid of like 4, so that can go down here. And then we've got I'm leaving that plastic piece on there, guys, in case you were curious, because there is something that has to happen with that too. So, Icon. Alright, I did goof. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. You know, what is it Miss Frizzle always said? Get messy. Make mistakes. I plugged in all these squids a little early because the hole to thread these through is very small. Very small. If you want to... I will show you guys exactly how small we're talking here. That right there is the hole I'm talking about. I've got to get all 6 of the cables through that. Oh, glorious fun. Glorious PC Master Race, right?
No.
And also thank you, Azus, for providing so many places. Oh, it's fine. For providing so many places to put cables through, holes and whatnot. Alright, so that's all just hanging now. And this was the part that I did off camera. Excuse me, Con. Excuse me, bud. Move your butt. Move your butt, I gotta get around you. There's a dog on the floor.
He's gonna be there
This
a
is
lot.
the part that I did off camera. This plate that the cooler sits in is held in with a couple of screws. So I took the dust cover off and got that out so we'd be ready for the next part of our build. What do we always say about one-day builds?
It takes more than 1 day.
Never takes 1 day. I made a goober of a mistake.
Oh no, what did you do?
Well, I mounted the cooler backwards is what happened. It's fine, I can fix it. That's going to take a few minutes, but I can fix it.
How is it mounted backwards?
These pipes have to be on this side.
Oops.
Yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I am going to have to tilt it back up and do the squids and pull everything back through. Yeah. So guys, live and learn. Make mistakes. Take chances.
And that's why we're not cutting for this, because...
No, you know what? We're not going to cut for the... I'm sure there will be a jump cut or an edit or something where it looks all pretty and pristine and, you know, in the right way.
Yeah, most likely, but...
But there will
You know,
be
I may just leave it in to show that
We're human.
We
Yeah.
are human.
I mean, I might be PC Master Race, but I am friggin' human. Alright, so he's getting a good close-up shot of my mistake.
Yeah.
Again, not a big deal. Just a hell of a lot of screws down screw, man. And, you know, I'm glad this happened. Because a little bit of Murphy is good.
Oh, yeah.
We want a little bit of Murphy to appease Big Murphy. Alright, there are clips up here to thread these cables through, but that's going to take a lot of the slack off of them. And it looked just fine the way it was before.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing was dangling, so I'm okay with just having it out of these clips. Again, that's what they're for. And then you've got some zip tie points. But I don't think we need that. Maybe if we had a bigger radiator in here, which I don't even think they make a bigger radiator. That's the side it's supposed to be on. Now, some people, I'm sure there's going to be builders going, why are you putting the cooler in first? Ding dong, you need to put the motherboard in first or something like that. Like I said, this is not a tutorial.
Nope, this is our version.
This is just how I build computers. And a lot of people go, oh god, that's such a pain in the butt. I find this relaxing, believe it or not.
Yeah, we both like to tinker.
So now that that's in the right way, I can tip it. Because the next part is going to be putting the motherboard in. Now these segments usually don't take that long, but I goofed. Don't worry about the clunking and everything like that. That's these things are built to ship,
We'll still love
so they
you.
should be okay. So this has been sitting here for a while now. You might be wondering what this is. This is one of those fancy bells and whistles I bought. This is not needed in any way, shape, or form for the function of the computer. This was just I wanted it.
Yeah, it'll make it look pretty.
It does. This is a backplate for the motherboard, and this is all ARGB. So that goes in before the motherboard goes in. It's going to fit right around the standoffs. There we go. Perfect. Like a glove. Next up is going to be installing the motherboard. We're probably going to jump to B-roll for this. So I've had this over it to keep the dust and whatnot off. And off camera, I did put the plastic grip piece. That's okay. The plastic shield piece over the processor, just to protect it. So we don't want dust getting in there. Actually, it'd probably be a good idea to go over that with a little bit of rubbing alcohol before we put the cooler down, right?
Well, you might want to grab the paper towel while you're standing.
Well, I'm gonna pick the whole thing up and put it in the motherboard here. So here we go. Being very gentle. Ooh, that's got some flex to it. I was not expecting flex. Oh, be careful. Alright, that feels Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something.
Again?
Oh, yeah. I'm a ding-dong. There is a plastic piece right here. Oh, that's so satisfying. You don't know how long I've waited to do that.
And she loves ripping plastic
Oh,
off
I
of things.
love. That's one of my favorite things to do. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not damaging it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, the hole is there. All right, that should be socked in there pretty well. Yeah, it looks good on this side too. Now I'm gonna start on this corner. That's a hole that I know. This one right down here by the audio codec. I'm also very interested to hear how the audio is going to sound through this.
Mm-hmm.
This does not have that standard AC97 codec. It has something called Supreme FX. There we go.
Got it?
Yep. Yeah, is this being stubborn? Torch.
Can't be stuck if it's a liquid.
That's right.
Lay down, Bubby.
That one's in. Just gonna do that cross pattern again, and then fill in the holes.
Probably a good idea.
Good boy.
Once you got the corners in, the rest should line up pretty
Right,
easy.
that's what I'm saying. And this board's got just a teeny. I'm not concerned about it, but it does have a little bit of flex to it. That does happen.
Oh yeah. Especially with the kind of weight that's built onto that board. There's a lot of heat sink on there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of heat sink. Okay, there we go. All right, that's all the motherboard screws. Very carefully, since this is the sticker's already off this, so I'm gonna be very gentle. That'll line this up just freaking right.
Did you get her?
No.
God bless her.
Is it sitting right up against the? You know, it would help if I had, you know, more than one shoe on.
What?
What?
You lost your shoe?
I lost my shoe.
Again? You gotta stop losing that thing.
So next step in this fun process is RTFM. Anybody familiar with any kind of tech support should know what that means.
Nope.
Yeah. I know what it means. Do you know what it means?
The friggin' manual.
Oh. I forgot.
Okay, the back plate goes on.
Yeah, that little acronym is usually used with a much more colorful word, but we're behaving ourselves today, so we're trying to avoid using it.
So basically, we're gonna stick this piece of plastic through the back. They call it a back plate. It's a tensioner. I'm gonna put the standoffs in, put the pump on, and then screw the things down. But the standoffs will hold this in place until we're ready to actually put the pump on. So that means lifting the behemoth.
Oh no.
Holy monkey, it's getting heavier.
I'd imagine it is.
Seems like the more parts we put in there,
I wonder
the
why
heavier
it's
it gets.
getting heavier.
Well, what's going to be really funny is trying to lift this thing once the power supply's in it.
Uh-oh.
The power supply's beefy.
Oh, that video card ain't no joke either.
No.
Every one of these parts has got some heft to it.
This goes in through the back.
Sorry, guys, I got
I'll
a
give
runny
you a very good
nose.
look on this side. Alright, and that just sits like that for right now. And then I come around this side and screw these guys in. I'm actually going to turn this whole thing so I can see better.
Yeah.
Because we've got a ring light right there that's been our kind of our build light, if you want to call it that. I don't know. But I have no vision on this side. All I see in there is black, black, and more black.
Uh-oh.
Well, the whole thing is, every part in here is black.
I know.
I said it won't be so once we get, it powered on. Everything will light up real nice in there. That's one of the things I like about that smoked tempered glass too.
Yeah.
When it's off, you're not going to be able to see anything on the inside of it. When you turn it on, okay, that one's in. That is enough right now for me to set it down so I can get some better leverage.
Leverage.
Yes, leverage. Absolutely leverage.
It's just not giving you any leverage.
No, I don't have any leverage. That's the problem.
I know, that's what I said. It's just not giving you any leverage.
Well, I'm trying to hold the... Yeah, this thing is springy. I'm trying to hold the back plate in and screw at the same time.
You're goofy.
And that is... Well, it's easier said than done. I'm going to hang this off the table just a little bit. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
That scares me.
No, I know what I'm doing. I'm good.
Bulwyf's holding onto it just to be on the safe side.
It's in there. I just need to stand it up straight and tighten it. Tiny raccoon-like fingers. I will keep saying that, yes.
Why don't you go outside and ask Rocket if he'll help us?
No shit. That does not feel real secure in there.
No, no.
Did I skip a step?
Probably.
Oh, look.
It's going to be hard to get them, like, really good and tight. Just,
With my fingers?
hands.
Oh, I got that little pair of pliers. Look at that.
Well, my theory is that if we start screwing these on,
It'll tighten it
also
down?
tighten those down.
Okay.
I mean, if it still feels loosey-goosey, then we got a problem.
Yeah, because it's got to be on there tight. If I know my, electronics and computer building.
And you do.
So this is the part that I was talking about. These come pre-applied with thermal paste.
However,
I don't want that thermal paste. I have different thermal paste. Arctic Silver 5. Some people get Noctua, get MX. Stop!
No.
Shut up! Leave me alone. I like Arctic Silver 5. I've used it for years. I've never had a problem. I've always had good results with it too. So this plastic piece comes off.
I've never heard any complaints out of you with that.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
So that's going to sit right there for a minute while I get the old rubbing alcohol out. This is 70% isopropyl. Anything basically 70 or higher is good. You don't want anything that's too low.
I thought we got 90.
It's 70.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but
90
I
would be
guess I was
preferable.
wrong.
Because you don't want to use water or like Windex or anything like that to clean this stuff off. You want isopropyl alcohol because it evaporates really, really quick.
Well, and it's a good solvent. You were
solvent.
starting to say that. It's a very good solvent.
It's a good
to
solvent.
remove greases and oils, and it evaporates quickly, which will avoid damaging any of the components.
So just paper towel. Yeah, don't need much. You don't need any special applicator or anything like that for it. You just need some paper towel. this purple on there. And it's going to take some work, but it will come off. Shiny.
Purdy.
Weird.
And there's the thermal grease that was on it. And the fact that I had to give it some pressure to get that off tells me that's been on there for a while. We don't want that. So I'm putting a little bit more on here, and I'm just going to give the IHS a quick rundown. If you don't know what that means, IHS, internal heat spreader. Or integrated heat spreader. It's one of the two.
Internal heat spreader.
So, here we go. And I know that there are
Itchy.
dozen different patterns. Put a pea-sized dot in the middle. Do a line. Use a spatula. Spread it out.
Do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. I have found a method that I use. Works quite well. And it is an X. And it's not the same X that you're probably used to seeing online. I did buy an extra tube in case we need more. I do an X and 4 dots. That right there is my method of doing it.
It's always worked.
And this will literally coat the whole IHS. At least it should. This is about the best way you can do it aside from spreading it. So let's go ahead and line this guy up. Alright. It is... it's not on there quite yet. That's okay. As I'm moving the pump around, it's actually spreading out the thermal paste, which is good. Wrong way. Wrong way, genius.
It's okay, I'll let you live.
And I will need a screwdriver for this part.
Good thing you have one.
Now I'm not, again, because the tension is very important on these. I'm not just tightening these down completely. I'm getting them on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a
And a star pattern, like we would do with a car. I'm actually going over all of it 3 times. And you don't want to go overboard, because you can strip it real easy.
Yeah, screwing into the plastic.
Oh, that's solid. That's solid as a rock.
Good. That's what I was hoping for.
So, there is the cooler installed, the motherboard's installed, the motherboard is assembled. Get everything off my seat here. So what do we need to do next? I guess I could get the hard drive up. 'Cause right, the second to last thing I'm going to do is power supply. So there's that. This is going to be quick and easy, so we can do this and then we'll take a quick break.
sounds like a good plan.
Consider that was more than I thought it was going to be. Well,
Like getting that pump mounted.
yeah, getting the pump mounted, getting the motherboard in, all that fun stuff. So I love the box, guys. I really do.
Yeah, they went all out on that.
They went all out on the packaging here. This is because this is not retail. This is just shipped, whatever you want to call it. You don't find these in retail stores. That's why. So this is quick, fast, in a hurry. I can pop this in real fast. These right here are hard drive mounts. Ain't they pretty?
Purdy.
And they are also toolless.
Oh, that's excellent.
That's why I said it's quick. It's real quick. There's if you can get this on the close up, there's 4 posts, and those they're not screws. They're just posts, and they'll go into the screw holes on this.
Nice.
And then the whole thing will just sock in there like a sled. But we do have to be very gentle when handling this because it is not. Well, this is shielded, but still. So it's going in that way. And just line everything up. 1, 2. Bend that back. 3.
4.
And 4. And that's in. That's installed. That's why I said we'll just go ahead and do this now. This is easy.
Simple.
Now keep in mind, I still have to route cables to it. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in there and do absolutely nothing.
Ow.
Who'd have thunk?
And the next part of this that we were going to do was install the graphics card. Now we're going to we want to do a vertical mount. Originally we weren't, because, well, riser cables are stinking expensive.
Yeah, but somebody came through for us and bought one for us off our Amazon wish list.
Yep. So we have one. So we will be doing that.
And you know who you are. Thank you.
And so anyway, what we're going to be doing instead, because we're doing it that way, the shield that we took off, the power supply shield, has mounting points for that riser cable.
Yay.
So that means that this guy has got to go in first. Now, normally I don't put this in first. I wouldn't put this in last. One of the last things I would put in is power supply.
Yeah.
Because of all the cabling and just the squid sticking out the back. We've already got a cable squid back there, which I'm going to have a devil's time getting through. But this, our power supply, the ROG Strix 1000, this is not the Aura. The Aura was about $100 more. It's the same wattage, and the only difference is that it has the RGB lighting on it. And I did say earlier, you can't find crap that doesn't have RGB lighting on it.
Right.
This didn't. Alright. This, first of all, I love how they did this. You've got this nice draw screen back. See that? This has got all the cables in it.
Nice.
So any cables that we're not using, back in the drawstring bag, back in the box, for future upgrades if we so choose to do.
Which we will.
Which we will. Again, the packaging. To keep this thing well protected, they've got it in its own cloth bag, which, again, just shows you their quality. And the all-important power cable.
Yeah, those things seem to multiply on their own.
I think I have 30 of these, to be honest.
Probably.
I have a down there underneath the command console. I've got a little Rubbermaid tote that's full of them.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. This guy has weight. This has heft. So there you go. 1,000-watt power supply. And the nice thing is this button back here, this is a be quiet button. It'll ramp down the speed of this fan.
Will it work on me? It's be quiet button.
No. So let's go ahead and do the, well, before we do the customization, get this bag out of the way, we have to take 2 screws off of here to get the, there's literally a bracket that comes off here that screws to the back of this so you can slide the whole stinking thing in. Again, this is way different than any case I've worked on before.
Right.
This little things like this make me happy. Because it makes it easier.
It does.
Okay, so lip goes towards the power supply, and it's going to be that way. And 0, so off. I keep the thing off until we are ready. Okay. Alright, I was thinking upside down. No, we want the thing off until we are 100% ready to power this thing on. It's a safety feature. Make sure that you know, while you're working on it, you don't zap yourself. Which I have done, not in a computer, but I have zapped myself real good a couple of times.
Dear God, I just scared myself as like somebody was sitting in this chair.
Alright, so... yeah, like I said, more than one time I've done that.
Oh yeah, I've done that working on cars. I've done that working on home electrical systems. Oh boy.
Mostly coax. Like hooking up AV.
See, I've never had a problem with that.
Grab hold of the post while it's still plugged in, you'll get a nice little zap from that. Don't do that. It's not fun. It's not funny. It freaking hurts. Oh, that's imitatable. No, don't do that. And if you do, and you send me a letter, oh, I grabbed hold of a coax post and zapped myself, I'm just going to send you an email back that says, I told you so. Told you that was going to happen. I can't tell you how many... See, I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s. And all of our toys had freaking decals that you had to put on.
Oh, yeah.
I also built a lot of models. Same thing. That's about as straight as I can get that. That looks good.
Nice.
And so, get this crap out of the way. Again, that's all the front panel connectors. We'll get to that when we get to cable management. But yeah, I think that can just go on the fridge.
What?
It's Republic of Gamers, Game On.
Crash landing.
Just,
I'm sorry,
no, that's
Lily.
not gonna work. I can stay there for now.
I think I woke the cat up.
Like I said, nice little bracket there. I like that.
Are you having fun, Ash?
Yes.
What about you, Bulwyf?
Always.
I'm glad.
And there you go. Power supply is installed. Now, it's not hooked up. That requires all those cables that we pulled out of that bag. So what we can do now, since we've got that on, we can go ahead and put the power supply shroud back on.
Is
Okay.
the power supply in?
Yes, power supply's in.
I missed that.
And well, you can watch it on video. That's why we're filming.
I know.
Well, at least one part of the power supply shroud. This part. Oh, darn it.
Now what did you do?
Caught one of the cables up underneath it. The front panel connectors. The power button cable is up underneath there.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, because you're at the back of the computer, right?
Yes, this is the back.
Yeah, it might need to be closer to the front or top where the power button is.
No, that's the cables that plug into the motherboard to actually, turn the computer on.
Yeah, you might need that one.
There. Look, I'm okay with Little Murphy. A lot of Little Murphy makes up for one Big Murphy. Yeah, we want the one with the window. Yep, that would be the one.
Oh well, he tried.
You got it.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. That is where it needs to be.
Now, are you going to have a way to get in there to plug everything into the...
That's why I'm leaving the other side off. Because there's a hole back here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. Actually, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. Now this is going to require me to think. Now, we can put this guy back on. So, I left this out because this literally just has a nice little convenient hole. That's what that's
nice.
for. To bring that straight up and through.
Like I said, I love the cable management and everything on this because it's got like a spot for
Now,
everything.
Bulwyf, there is a tray that I had earlier with some screws in it. And it should be right behind you. If you could hand that to me, I can start screwing this down. Actually, I'm going to need the other piece.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Becca's blindness by the lights.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, it ain't you, it's the ring lights.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, that. I believe that piece goes on first.
I have
I'm just gonna be saying donuts in my sleep all night.
It's, you can tell, guys,
Ah,
that it's getting
Manfred.
late. It's getting late where we're at. You can tell.
Yeah, Becca's not usually up this late.
Well, I'm getting parts in the wrong order and whatnot. But then again, have we ever had a computer that's had a friggin' shroud over the plate? Or I keep wanting to say PlayStation. Over the PSU. We have never had something like that.
No, we haven't.
You're wanting to say PS4 and
Kind of, yes.
it's supposed to be PSU.
Keep on. Well, it's PS, so, and I'm a gamer, so.
You just default.
Yep. I default.
Your brain is on autopilot and just the easy stuff is coming out.
Pretty much. And it, like I said, it's getting a little late.
Yeah, the autopilot thing definitely starts to kick in when we start getting a little tired. Get a little tired, get a little slap happy.
I was gonna say goofy, but slap happy works.
Jennie turns into giggles.
Yeah, that.
Giggles the clown.
She doesn't wear her makeup like that.
Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy.
Thank you for sticking up for me, Becca.
It's more like me.
Hey!
Oh, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Please don't, you're working on the computer.
It's alright, it's down there, not up here.
Oh god. You still have parts down there.
Oh, good point.
Don't pee on the parts.
Do I have any important parts down there?
Yes.
You need a break and to caffeinate.
I don't need to caffeinate it. I'm perfectly fine. I can stay up all. See you.
Your glasses are about to fall off your face. There you go. You need a glasses wrangler, don't you?
Well, is that like the Uma Thurman eye wrangler? Sorry, if you're watching this, Uma, we love you. Alright, guys, we are getting close to the end of this build. It has definitely been a journey to get to this point. So, next up, now that we've got the power supply installed, we are going to go ahead and do the graphics card. So, first we have to install this, which is our ROG Strix riser cable. We have one of these, and I'm going to put the other piece down here for now. These were just a little too expensive for me to warrant what it does. I'm like, okay, well, it looks better, but they're expensive as hell, and I don't really want to pay all that for, you know, something that's purely aesthetic, really. And I've heard horror stories about, oh, you don't get good airflow, because, especially in a glass case. Well, this particular case has right here along the back side, it has a vent hole. And I've already test fit this. It fits in there perfect. And we don't have a problem with that. Scissors. I'm not meant to bet that way anymore.
I don't know if you ever meant to bend that way.
Too old for that crap.
All this does is extend the PCI slot from the motherboard PCI Express slot from the motherboard to where we can mount our graphics card in any crazy direction that we want.
Our director says, "Keep talking, Mama. You're doing a good job."
So that would be.
Now she's under the table.
So it's basically, it's going to go more or less like that. So that should
Whoa.
give me enough
That didn't sound fun.
clearance to get these screws out.
Hey, baby.
You see what I meant? When I said taking that fan out gives me a little more room.
Oh yeah.
And I am doing all of this first. Okay. So I'm going to put it in the bottom. We're going to mount the graphics card in the bottom slot. So that would be this one right here. There's a clip in there.
Sorry, I was just hacking up along.
Okay, so that's in there real good, nice and tight. Curl that back for right now. So we have two standoffs to put in. There's one right there. And there should be one a little further back right there. And these will allow the riser cable to be mounted there and not be all flippy floppy. Because the graphics card will, without that, the graphics card will wobble around, and well, I really don't want that. Yeah, that gives plenty enough room for the Elgato. So I would love to hear what you guys think about this so far. I mean, again, this is not a top of the line, budget busting behemoth that I've seen some people building. My name ain't Bill Gates, so.
Not by a long shot.
As much as we would love to have more money to play around with, we had to build the best we could on a budget.
Yeah, my total budget was $4,000, and this came damn close to that budget. There's one piece missing. One.
The GoPro.
Yep, new GoPro. We put that into the budget, so that is nice and solid. That's not going anywhere. Here comes
Doing over here.
the first piece I
Little girl.
RTX 3060. RTX, capable of doing ray tracing, capable of doing 4K. Something we have not seen yet. So here we have this monstrosity.
You're so happy you could kiss it.
It's a tough gaming. I wanted to get a Strix, but the Strix was just out of my budget. And this will do the same thing as the Strix, because I was going to get a Strix 3060. Not the TI. TI was, again, even in the tough gaming, the TI was out of my budget. So now this socks in.
Well, you've got
I got any more stickers?
no, there's a protective plastic over the contacts.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out. So that's out. And this gets socked in. Make sure that's down. There we go. Now, what did I do? Not to of screws. Son of a gun. There's 2 little screws I'm looking for. Did I put them on the thing? No. There they are.
Yay.
And
It would not have been fun
these
looking
get
for
saved
those.
in case we need them. To get the Elgato in, graphics card's got to come out.
I know.
Is this being stubborn?
Ah, Manfred.
Do you agree, boy?
Yeah. Just let me know, man. I've been looking for an excuse all night to use that torch.
Not when we're this far in. Nah, it hit my chair. Woo!
You're welcome.
Where did he grab?
I touched her butt.
Uh-oh.
See that hole right in the middle of the fucking...
Yes.
What we're gonna have to do is just put 1 screw in that hole.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Ah, I see the problem. I can get it. That's probably what those 2 holes are for. What do you think? Let's get it a little bit over. There we go.
Well, they're clearly there for something.
Well, no, I'm thinking that they're the different holes. I'm thinking are for different mounting positions.
Yeah, different case configurations, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely, because it has several different options of pieces that you can put in there, right?
Right.
That looks much better.
That looks straighter. Alright, guys, we've just about got this in the bag, as our friend the carpetbagger would say.
Just about.
We got to do some wiring. We have some light strips that we have to run, and the beast. Cable management.
Yeah.
And that requires all of this, which you guys have already seen a couple times, this massive squid that's back here is going to all have to get plugged in, tied off, managed, and whatnot. But I'm going to go ahead and start with the front panel connectors. So this is where we're going to need that Q connector, which is a little teeny piece that's in this mess of crap somewhere. It's right here. So this piece right here will make my job a little bit easier. This one actually has a tear off.
Nice.
About stinking time. So if we can see that on the close-up, it's got all our pinouts and everything on it, so that we can plug our front panel connectors into that and then just sock the whole thing down onto the motherboard so that we're not crossing wires and all this mess. And that's what these little guys are. So I'm going to go ahead and start popping these into place. Let's see. Alright, so we had just a little bit of a mishap there. Had the graphics card installed, and then I realized, crap. I can't get to any of the headers. So we're going to go ahead and save the graphics card for just a little bit. Yep, that would be the front panel. So this plugs in right there. Nice good fit. Alright, so next. Okay, they're on either side. I see them. They're on either side of the SATA connections. And I just knocked it right through. There it is. At least it didn't go far.
Yeah, that.
So I'm going to put this one down here. Into the clicks. Good. So that's what I have back here. That would be a USB-C front panel connector.
It has everything.
So pull that through, and there's our connector right there. There's another set of USB 3.0. Actually, it's I keep saying 3.0. It's 3.2. I'm used to 3.0.
We all are. I didn't know there was such thing as a 3.2.
Oh yeah, they've gotten steadily better.
That's good. They're keeping up with the times, at least.
It doesn't do much more than 3. It's faster.
Yeah.
And I think it provides more power. I'm not sure about that though.
Was there a USB 2.0?
Yes. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. That's all the way in. Okay. I don't really like how this is right angled, but I don't really have much of a choice. There we go. Those are in. What we got here? Front panel audio. Well, that was all of our front panel. So now comes the icky part.
Here comes the tricky part.
Not the tricky part, the icky part.
Oh no.
Of routing all of these cables, this squid of wires. This is rough work, guys, sometimes. I will be honest with you.
Yeah, it seems very tedious.
This is the part that gets nasty. And believe it or not, in build competitions, this is one of the things you get judged on. Is how tidy your cable management is. Now, I am not particularly great at it. I'm okay. I am just okay. And there's 2 headers right up here. Plug it in the top one. That, I believe, is for the back plate and the fans that are up there. This guy is our, pull him down here, put it through there. That would be our pump fans. So this will go right where the CPU fan would normally go, which is right there. I don't know if I can fight me. Come on, man, I'm tired. Go when you're home. Too good for your home? There we go. Okay, and then while I'm at it, now that I have that plugged in, there's this wire right here, which is going to go up and out. This is the pump power. So one was for the fans, this one's for the power to the pump. Just need to move it a little bit. I need better leverage. Just squeeze the cable. There. Squeeze the cable. Okay. And which way is it going that way? Q connector, or the Q code reader. I don't want that covered. Okay. That's in, that's in. There's another piece of the pump I didn't plug in. That's this. This is for the lighting on the pump itself. This is going to be a USB 2 to USB 2. So I believe the connector's on the, yep, it's right there on the bottom. Right there. Click. That's something Jenny likes to tell me when we're cooking pizzas. Click.
I'm the click person. I can hear it.
And in case you were curious about what that actually means, we have a pizza pizzazz.
Yeah.
And it does click. Okay. That looks nice and tidy. Mostly.
Oh, the joy of editing.
Right.
It makes you so happy you can do it.
No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You love it.
This is the tedium on my part. And the tedium on Bulwyf's part comes in when the editing starts. He gets to decide how much of this crap we're going to keep.
And that was Lily yelling at us all to go to bed. She's confused.
We've got 2 cameras and a bunch of separated video stuffs that I'm going to have to try to make into a contiguous... Hi, Lilith.
Sorry, I had to.
Into a contiguous Hi Lilith.
Yep. The cat has decided to steal my lap as I was trying to speak. I gotta try to make it into a contiguous piece of work that all makes some kind of fucking sense.
At least we hope it will.
Should. Alright, now I gotta figure out where I'm mounting this.
Are we doing a good job, boss?
You know how late it is when we're asking the cat if we're doing alright.
She owns the channel.
I know.
She's over here going, less talk, more tuna.
Let's talk more tuna.
So listen here, you brats.
I think we're out of tuna, Lily.
I want tuna. No talk, just tuna. Alright, I pretty much have, let's see, 3? Yeah. 3 cables to plug in here, and we're done. Well, mostly done. Then we can run a boot test.
After, of course, we
Reinstall the graphics card and all that mess, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh no, what happened now?
Oh, I just pulled the panel out that is hiding all of our crime.
Our crime?
Yes, it's a crime hider.
That's good. That's a good one.
I just realized I have to run the SATA cables too.
You have to what?
Run SATA cables.
Oh, yay fun.
And power to the hard drive.
Yeah.
But if I could just get motherboard connectors connected to the motherboard, I would be happy. There.
Did you finally get that hole in?
That one.
Okay.
I moved to a different one because there's 2 cables left to plug in. Now there's 1.